Good morning, welcome back to the farm. Today we're working on something new. We've built a couple of small chicken tractors before, and now we're building a big eggmobile. See my trailer? Woo! This is 5x10. I picked it up from a buddy of mine at a discounted rate because it doesn't have to be roadworthy. All it has to be is a platform on wheels that I can pull around in the field. And we've ordered some electric netting, and we're going to make a very large open area. Winter's coming, and while the smaller chicken tractors have done just fine, I would like a bit more insulation for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these rails out, and then this is an old seawall, and as you can see, it's old tongue and groove, salt treated, and that's going to be our floor. And then we're going to frame some sort of structure up. I don't know what. We haven't gotten that far. I've also taken down one of these shelving units in here. If you guys remember, in previous barn videos there was a whole shelving unit there. And that's what's left of the shelving unit down here on the ground. So we're going to take some of those materials and reuse them. We've still got another unit. We've still got that shelving unit to take down. And that mess right there to take down. But not today. Today we're going to work on getting our birds out, having some more space to romp around, and hopefully make some of our chores a little easier. So let's get busy. These are held on with 3/4 inch carriage bolts. I think it's a solid beam. That by itself would be worth the price of the trailer. That is 4x6 by 10. Solid. Super cool. Super cool. Let's get the other one out. I bought this trailer for $100. And like I said, my buddy gave me that salt treated wood for free. Of course, I'll help him out when he needs it. If I have something he can use, he can have it, that type of thing. But if you were watching one of those made for TV shows, they'd be telling you some rubbish like this whole thing only cost, $100 or $300 for their chicken coop. That's not even close to true. Because do you know how much money it cost me to have a truck and a trailer to go get this trailer? And even if you didn't have to buy your own equipment to go get something like this, you still have to have somebody who knows how to get something like this and borrow it from them. So while this is so far a very inexpensive build, in the actual build itself, the materials might be lower, but do you have the tools for it? Have you factored that cost in, your time, all those kinds of things? Now, as you guys know, we're not doing this for money. We're doing this because it's a way of life that we want to do. We want to be able to be self-sustaining as much as possible. But it's a very expensive lifestyle. Anyways. All right, codes and compliances came by, or for those of you in England, Planning Commission. And she said she doesn't want plywood sides. She wants a cabin-y look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get some fence boards. We're gonna frame up 4 foot here on each side. And then we're gonna have a gabled peak, probably 6 feet tall. And then we're gonna do a lap siding with fence board because it's significantly cheaper than regular wood. And it's pressure treated. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get some corners on this thing. Don't forget when it gets cold and rubbishy out, grab your tea. Tea makes it all better. What tea doesn't do is get things built. Look what I found in the barn! Old rough cut beam. It's gonna be our ridge beam.
Yes, it is.
Hey, so day 2 of our build. We're going to try and get the rest of the rafters on, and then maybe some siding. We'll see how it goes. I think it looks amazing. Now, these boards here are actually from a handrail that I built on our 2nd-story porch 2 properties ago. And we took them down, and I'm reusing them here. Save money, use it again. We're gonna try some time lapse. That seems to be a lot of fun. So let's build it really fast. Well, it's day 4 of our Eggmobile build, and we're basically done. There's a few button-up things I gotta do. Some trim pieces and some ridge vent shingles. But the birds are in there, and we have moved our Orps and our Delawares, the little ones, out into big tractors. So let's show you those guys. I tell you, these Delawares are clever. They have already figured out the nipple waterer. They are going to town, which is great. The other Orps, the big Orps, never figured it out. So, but I put them in. Well, we'll talk about them in a minute. Here's the baby Orps. And they seem to be enjoying themselves. So I've got these 2 tractors in what is our oat field. You can see how tall and luscious our oats have become. So this should provide them a lot of feed for a while. Let's go check out the other birds, see how they're doing. Got some 32-gallon trash cans, because the feed we buy is from a guy down the street and he makes it himself. And so it's not dry, it's not full of preservatives. So if it gets wet like at all, it immediately rots. Should have cleaned up before you came over. The place is such a mess. All right, let's show you some of the features on this year's model. We got wire up top for some vent. Ridge vent, so it vents. And birdies. We put our rescue birds, our birds that were eating their eggs, and our Orps in here all at the same time. So far, because there's plenty of food and water, they're doing fine. Okay, bye. Out here are the egg boxes. I made them where you can pull them out from the outside. I put that egg in there to encourage them to lay here. We'll see what happens. What I didn't do, oh, and there's bracing on here so it doesn't fall out. What I might need to do is right here put something to stop it, the hay from getting kicked out. And then actually the bottom side of the trailer, the hay bales worked for blocking. And they got their little ramp, which is closed off right now because I want them to get used to being in here. There's some vents up here that I'm going to build some shutters for. So winter, storms, things like that. And the netting goes around, I think it's 5,000 square feet, give or take. Each section of netting is 164 feet. So that's roughly 328, I think. So, but if it's 50 feet by 100 feet, which is easy numbers, then that's 5,000 square feet. So we're gonna let them out and let them just go to town on all this rubbish area. And hopefully there will be plenty of bugs and stuff for them to scratch and to keep my feed bill down a little bit. But this is the area we also want to put pigs, so we'll let the chickens romp around in here for a while and then we'll put some pigs in here and see what they do. And then eventually all this is going to be cleared out and we're going to turn it into pasture. Because if you want to raise animals, you have to be a pasture farmer. So it goes around. Oh, we also had a few escapees. I think 2. 2 weren't having it for the transition. So anyhow, the brain's over here for the solar fence. I don't like it. It's giving me 2,000 volts, which is okay. But I'm not sure that's enough to stop anything that's really determined. Sorry, there's a vine here touching the fence. I don't want it to do that. It'll ground out. So here's the brain. And it's kicking. I mean, it's putting out 2,000 volts. I bought a tester. So it might be enough. But I think eventually I'll probably put it on something smaller in closer to the house. But that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Dress for the job you want. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.